So there's a few things that we got to keep in mind when we're hiring people to run our ads. Whether it's I have a specific person that's going to do it for me, or B, I'm going out and I'm hiring an agency. At the end of the day, there's a few things you need to have, and I'm gonna tell you what happens if you don't oversee this process or you're not involved in the process. What's going to happen is you're either going to hire somebody or hire an agency that's going to run ads for you, but you're not going to get the people that you want. I've had that happen to many clients before. She was like, all of my clients were like overseas in like different countries, right? Or I've had other people that say, wait, I keep getting people who are not interested or don't have the money or on welfare or living with somebody else or homeless, or right. So this is the importance of lead generation. Or you'll just get a bunch of people who they seem good, but then once they come in as a client, they're terrible clients, right? How do you avoid all of that? How you avoid it is if you don't have the energy, the interest, the skill set or the technical expertise to run these paid advertisements. Our agency, we focus a lot on Facebook and Instagram. Now, if you are smart enough to say, okay, I know a couple moving parts that I don't have to be an expert in it. I just need to know some of the moving parts that we need to pay attention to, some of the metrics we need to pay attention to. And you could leave the rest up to a capable team, but it is going to take some character skill sets. And then it's also going to take some technical expertise for them to be able to do that. All right. So that's what I want to share with you in this video. But if you don't do it, then, you're either A, not ever going to run paid ads because you're never going to feel confident, or B, you're going to run it and you're going to waste thousands of dollars every month, which I'm sure you don't want to do that. All right. So that is what we focused on today. If you're excited, go ahead and put excited below. And we're going to be on. Today is going to be a short training, but I'm just going to give us a few key pointers over the next few minutes of what you can do. But let's jump into it. The reason that this was important to me is because I hired an agency before years ago, and although it was a decent experience, I didn't ask enough questions in terms of just kind of understanding and knowing the process, right? So part of what you want to do is at least be knowledgeable. You don't have to be the person pressing the buttons. And so I wanted to be knowledgeable because I'm like, okay, well, one day, if I ever had to do this myself, I want to understand it. Or B, if I needed to hire somebody, I want to be able to at least have an intelligent conversation with them. So that's really what this comes down to. So what do you need to look for? One of the first things I look for if I'm hiring somebody or if I'm working with an agency is I'm actually looking for character. And it might sound kind of weird because you thought I would say skill set to be able to run the ads, but actually I'm looking at character first. Do I trust the person? Do I like this person? Do I feel like this person has my best interest at heart? You got to feel good with the people that you're working with, right? Do I feel like this person is being authentic to me, or is this person just trying to make a sale, or is this person just trying to get the job, or is this person, just they're trying too hard to impress me? Sometimes you got to really understand that. I had somebody I was talking to the other day at an event, and they was like, yeah, this agency was trying to work with me, but they discounted, after I was, telling them a few things and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with them or not. All of a sudden they discounted their program like $10,000. What I look for is character. I look for character first. If I'm hiring anybody, whether it's a coach or whether it's an agency or whether it's a team member, I want to look at who the person is, because if you're a good person, if you have open communication with me, if you're honest, if you're loyal, if you're responsible, if you just have some of these basic skill sets, even when mistakes happen, even when things don't go exactly the way we thought it was going to go, which is in every business, even whatever happens with our relationship or with the results that's supposed to be provided, if I know that you're a good person and I know that I can rely on you for certain things, if I know that I can rely on you to get the truth, I can rely on you that you're going to fix it because you want to deliver a good product or service to me, then I know that I'm doing business with the right person. Right? I don't want to be doing business with the person that as soon as something goes wrong, I don't hear from them, or they don't get back to me. The team don't get back to me. It takes them 3, 4, 5 days to respond. You know what I'm saying? Like they they're not really trying to work with me or help me out. So I've learned this over the years that one of the biggest things you want to hire on is actually character. The next thing you really want to focus on is, you want to look at the skill sets, right? How long have they been in business, or how long have they been running other people's ads? If they had, typically, if you want to get results quickly, you typically don't want to hire a novice. You don't want to hire somebody who, just started yesterday, you know what I mean? And don't get it twisted. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners where literally, like, the people that they're working with is literally their first client. You know what I mean? So I work with a lot of newbies, or maybe this is their first year in business or second year in business. But, so like for us, I've been in business running ads. I've been in business for the last decade, and I've been running ads successfully since like 2018. Right. So we've been doing it for like 5 years successfully. We've generated, how much, if you're talking to it, depending on who you're talking to, right? Like, how much revenue have you been able to generate from that? Or if you ran ads for somebody, how much revenue were you been able to generate for the people you've been running ads for? Sometimes that's not always a one-on-one correlation, because for us, it's a little bit different, because I also help you close the sale, like in terms, because I coach you, because that's part of our package. But some agencies, they just send you leads and they hands off, right? It's like, listen, you do what you do with them. But that's just another question that you kind of ask to kind of see how many years you've been in business. What are the type of reviews you get? When what are some of the testimonials? Testimonials are big. So if you're working with somebody, if it's an individual team member, or if it's an agency or whoever, you want to say, hey, what are some of the results that you've been seeing your folks have? You know what I mean? And that kind of gives you a good gauge. For us, a lot of times, you can ask us, but most of the time I'll send it to you, because that's what people want to know. Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you what people really want. What you want to have in this hiring process is you want to feel that level of comfort. You want to say, okay, I feel like this person, this is not their first rodeo. They've obviously got results for themselves, or they were able to get results for others. They've been in business X amount of years. They've helped X amount of people, and these people got results. For us, it's not just talking. Like, we literally send you materials where you can literally see some of the results, money people have made, leads people have gotten. You get a chance to see the results of what it looks like. But you kind of want to, because you want to feel good about who you work with. You know what I mean? So those are some things that you really want to pay attention to. More specifically, in terms of the skill set, you want to look at, one, do they have a good idea of your strategic vision? Most of the time for us, ours is lead generation. So if you come into us because we want to send you leads. If you want to do for social media, like if you want to do, SEO, or you want to do email marketing, there's certain other things that you want to do. We do not do that. We focus on specifically lead generation, and we specialize in service-based businesses. Are they asking you questions about your motivation, why you want to do this? The reason all of these questions are important is because all of that really is content that needs to go into the system, that needs to go into the ads, that needs to go into the marketing funnel, that needs to go into the landing pages, that needs to go into the follow-up email sequences, the text message sequences. You feel what I'm saying? But if the person that you're looking to strategically partner with this lead generation process with you is not asking you any type of questions like that, then how could they ever really understand what you offer and how you can help people, your particular audience, if they don't know those answers? So those are some of the things you want to look at. But you also want to look at skill sets in terms of, how well are they knowledgeable in targeting. You definitely want to make sure that they got copywriting skills, because obviously a big part of running these paid advertisements online is reading, especially if you're running Facebook and Instagram ads. So they need to be knowledgeable in human psychology and copywriting. A lot of times, how do you figure that out? I figure that out a lot of times just based on just asking, like just kind of saying and say, okay, how many years of copywriting experience do you have, or how long have you been writing ads for? So those are just kind of some indicators. And then also they're gonna need to have an eye for ad creative, so videos, images, things of that nature as well. They're gonna have the eye for it, right? You can't have something with bad audio, or they don't know that captions convert better. They can't tell if they watch a video and it's bad lighting, because that's gonna hurt your conversion rates. You feel what I'm saying? So it's things of that nature that makes the biggest difference The funnel or the landing page needs to mirror the ad. If your ad looks completely different or your ad looks completely different than your landing page, you're not going to get any conversions, which means you're not going to get any leads, which means you're not going to generate any revenue. So it's very important that if they also do the funnels for you as well too, or they're going to give you guidance in terms of the funnels. But if you're the type of person where I don't have the time to do it or the expertise to do it, you want to get somebody who can do both, right? Ultimately, those are two separate roles, so that's true. However, like for us, like we'll do the whole thing for you. Like we'll do the whole funnel for you, and we do the whole ad. So and that just makes it a lot easier for you. And we know, and my team knows, that everything needs to be seamless. Like when they click, it needs to be damn near identical to the ad. Video, imagery, colors, copy, everything.